One of the toughest things to do in all of college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Auburn Tigers, Jordan-Hare Stadium, as we'll see the national champions from last year, the Air Force Falcons, taking on a team from the SEC, the Auburn Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. The Tigers will get this season underway as toe meets leather. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at 18. So Air Force's offense will be the first to dial up ball plays in this one. And they were in the market for a guy to make an impact on the ground, and they found him in this transfer, guys.
This was an offense that needs explosive plays, so bring this dude in at the running back position and let him go. I can't wait to see what he's able to do today.
Man, let's see if he can earn the respect of teammates. You know, you've done this and you have experience elsewhere. Now you get to do it for your squad, for your new team, all the hype. Let's see what he's got.
All right, guys, let's chat about it first. They're coming off a national championship win last year, but you got to think this group of seniors isn't satisfied with stopping there.
No, they have tremendous leadership, and this coaching staff, too. That was the one priority in the offseason, fighting complacency, staying hungry to try and chase another title, David.
And it's hard to do, but you got new pieces and new places and new faces, which is awesome. So it's a lot of guys that haven't won that championship, that want to fight for it, that are hungry, and now you mix them with some guys that have also won. It's a good recipe.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
The short hands, it's Barco. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the first down. Third and short, they keep it on the ground here. That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45.
Well, you got to be able to turn the page quickly on defense. Just gave up a first down on the ground, but here comes tempo. You've got to get lined up.
The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. The Falcons are in the hurry-up.
Nice job by this defense creating that negative play. That's what all defenses want to do. But look at this. This offense, they ain't scared. Right back on the ball, ready to run another play, ready to make this defense work.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Scanning the field. It's Worthy. Here comes the heat. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down. This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Looking to throw on first down. Got it behind the line. It's Pratt. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. From the shotgun, they'll run it. And he's brought down, but a flag is also down. Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. Second down coming up. He might want another play. To the air on second down. With the catch, it's Barco. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. This Auburn crowd trying to conjure up a little magic here on third down. Finds the big tight end. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it first and goal.
And it's on third downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Looking to fire. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Falcons!
And how about the wheels for the QB? You could tell, man, he can roll, and they're going to use him. This is just the first drive. You see him going for the touchdown. I imagine we'll see more of that guy running the football with that kind of speed.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So the Auburn Tigers offense will go to work for the first time today. And they're going to have to contend with a secondary that is one of the best in the nation, Jesse.
And they're a complete secondary, too. When you watch them on film, they're very good defending the pass and coverage, and they can play man and zone. But I like them, David, because they're not afraid to put their face in the fan. Everybody in the back end likes to tackle and likes to be physical. That's what makes them special.
Yeah, and it's just an elite group in the back end. Multiple guys that win their individual matchups, which makes it hard to run offense. And this is a group that, yes, they tackle well, they see the football well, they break on it well. You better worry about the ground game. You better get some kind of deception going against this secondary.
Handoff from the gun. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Quick release by the QB. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a first down. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Power football with the run. And he's going to wind up losing a couple of yards as time expires here in the first quarter. So 2nd down here as we're back at it after the break. Well, guys, Air Force has the lead here. We've put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. They flipped into the field, and we're ready to play. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42.
And I love playing man coverage on the back end, getting those receivers' faces. Don't let them feel comfortable and run zone where they can find all these holes in the zone, and my rush can't get home.
Oh, he's got some space. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down. Auburn lines up quickly.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. Offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now. Get ready for another one.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. The Tigers can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Let's talk for a second about Auburn. Everybody uses the portal to varying degrees. Sometimes you just fill the exact right hole that you want. And this team, as they start this season, not a ton of new faces here, Jesse.
They didn't, but I don't think it's because there was a lack of effort on the part of the coaches, David. I think they believe they've got
nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39.
If I'm a play caller right here, I'm a little bit frustrated. And I say that because I can't take a sack here. A sack might take 3 off the board for me. I got to understand the situation. I got to get the ball out, try to make a play, but most importantly, don't make a negative play.
From 56 yards out, what a power leg. Never a doubt about that.
Personal foul. Looking to kick.
Can't make contact with the kicker like that, a costly special teams penalty. You've got to know your path in front of the kicker. Offense comes back on the field. Wants to go up top on first down. Fires to the wideout. Got his man. And they make the striking connection, and they've got it down to the 13-yard line, a red zone chance. Auburn ready to go back to work after getting another first down. Motion from the back. Got some room in under the goal line. Touchdown, Tigers. They punctuate the chance with a trip to the end zone. Looking for the tie with the extra point.
Really nice job by the quarterback getting through his progression. He wanted to throw that football down the field, but nobody was open. He never forgot about this running back, running the swing route, spitting it out to the perimeter, and letting him do the rest for a touchdown.
On the move from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Here comes the Air Force offense back onto the field. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. They had to stand by and watch that scoring march, and now it's up to them to find a way to answer it. May not be the most memorable play of the day, but it's important as he gets them out to the 25-yard line. He'll run it again. There he goes. Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain.
That's a nice-looking run. I'll tell you, when it comes to the academies, I know the Air Force is known for being mighty in the skies, but on the football field, it's what they're able to do on the ground. Year in, year out, they are so dangerous toting the rock, whether it's the option, whether it's conventional, whether it's spread. These guys are dialed into what they want to do, and they wear defenses down.
They'll snap it on first down from the 35. Back to throw, it's Worthy. Oh, they're after him. Good run on the play, and he slides to avoid the hit. Let's see if they can put the defense on its heels in 1st and 10. They'll leave it with him. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one, 2nd and 8 coming up. And the Falcons want to pick up the tempo. Second down, they'll go to the air. Finds his man. It's Barco. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. They'll hurry to the line here to try to get off that 3rd down play. Looking to throw for it. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. At the 35, he's open. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down. Lots of good stuff on that play. You slow down the rush, you get a completion, and you move the chains.
And most importantly, you're right. You don't force a short yardage situation that you have to get. Nice job. Invite that rush up the field. Take advantage of the aggressiveness of the defense. Make the catch, make the run, get the first down.
He'll take a shot. Touchdown, Air Force. Snagged in the end zone to give them 6.
And the offense breaks the tie, takes the lead, gains some momentum. How big is this, Palmer, now? Going into the half with the lead, with the momentum.
Well, they break the tie, but they also break their confidence a little bit now. The opponent now has to go into the locker room probably down, and they're wondering, what adjustments do we have to make? What do we have to fix? Because we've got our work cut out for us in this game.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be conservative. We're a little bit down. Listen, I just think this is a point with the offense that they can prove. Like, we're here. We're going to create something now that we can build on in the second half.
Coach said all week he wanted to be aggressive. This is a great opportunity to show that right now. At the end of the first half, try and generate some momentum, score some points before going into halftime.
to throw on first down. Quickly to the tight end. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. And the Tigers can really attack on this second and short. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Gets rid of it. Fires to the big fella. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. To the air on first down. A strike downfield. Get it down to the 28-yard line. It is a first down, and they have to show some urgency here. The Tigers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Finds his tight end. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half, maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. And here on second down, they'll send out the field goal unit to try to get 3 before the break. They'll use a timeout right before halftime, maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. And he'll need to curl this one in from 44 yards out on the right hash. Oh, that one will leave a mark. No good. After that miss, still a 7-point game, guys.
Hey, sometimes I just feel like fourth down, man. Just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss, make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Falcons will kick it away to start the second half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. If they're going to get on top in this game, they're going to have to find a way to get the running game going in the second half.
Agree, so it can create some more balance, some more unpredictability. I feel like this defense has got a good beat on what they're doing, especially if they don't mix it up a little bit. So I do look for a little second half running the football plan out of this group.
And I think the thing, Dave, is they just got to be more physical. I don't think this is a question about trying different run plays. I think it's up to the big fellas up front. They've just got to make the decision that they're going to be tougher here in the second half so that they can win this game.
Plenty of work to do here on second and long. Running back searching for a hole. And they pick up just one. It'll be 3rd and 9. Auburn to the line in a hurry. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Flips it out in the flat. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there.
I know that was 3rd down, and I know the quarterback's trying to be careful. You don't want to be too greedy, but he had guys open downfield. I think if he had been a little bit more patient and been a little bit more willing to let the play develop, I think he could have converted that with a throw vertically down the field. Instead, he got lazy, checked it down to his running back, and now they're setting up 4th down.
Makes the catch, wants to make a move upfield. Pretty solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. Air Force has it back, and the Falcon offense returns to the field. Back to throw, it's Connors. Fires it beautifully in on the crosser. They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up. And you got to communicate.
And the Falcons in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Caught over the middle. It's Pratt. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw it. Trying to escape and get it himself. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening. First down for this offense.
I just love this guy's instincts, right? When things aren't open right away, he never panics. He just understands the situation where he is on the field, and he's so confident in his own natural ability that he has the ability to run, go get the first down, keep this drive rolling.
Back to pass on 2nd down. Got him downfield. How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the first down? They'll throw it from the red zone. Touchdown, Falcons! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
You know, quarterbacks and receivers, they develop confidence and chemistry as the game goes on. These two right now are definitely on the same page.
And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So here comes the Auburn offense. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
He'll push his way out to the 30, a pickup of 3.
I think if you're the coaching staff, you have to like what you've seen from this guy so far in the game. He's pumped out some really nice runs. Obviously, he's already scored a touchdown. Really nice run there as well. And for me, I would keep thinking about creative ways of getting this guy the ball as the game goes on here in the second half.
He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. Auburn's going to have to send out the punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Fields the punt and tries to work it the other way. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. Here comes the Air Force offense back onto the field. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. First snap of this drive will come from their own 32. The give to the tailback. Turning it on! A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
Well, we're not quite in the fourth quarter yet. We're almost there, but you're seeing the attitude shift now for this offense. They've got the lead, so they've got to be able to run the football. You're going to see a lot more of that, I think, as this game keeps going on. They're trying to wear this defense down when the game is almost over.
And it is a good idea to gang tackle. First guy couldn't get him. Second guy finally did. From the 44-yard line, the offense snaps it on first down. Leaves it with the running back. Got the first down and more. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They're trying to be physical. They're trying to stay on the field.
And this one will be stopped for no gain. That's the end of the quarter. Air Force has the lead here. They built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we got here. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. Chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. To throw, it's Worthy. Finds his big tight end. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered to pick up the first. On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up on the ground here. He's not going to make it to the sticks, and what a stop against one of the best 3rd down offenses in the country. So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes a grab past the marker. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep him from getting the first down.
Well, there's the advantage of having versatility at the running back position. On fourth down, everybody in the stadium is expecting if you throw it, it's probably going to a receiver at tight end. But because of his ability to catch the football, he makes a huge play for this offense and keeps the drive alive.
The Falcons with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving.
I think you have to like what you see if you're the coaching staff here. Your offense is on the field, and it looks like you got a pretty good drive going. And you're just going to try and keep this thing marching, keep the clock ticking. You've got a really nice lead here late. Just want to find ways to keep the chains moving. They're doing that.
And the Falcons come to the line with a new set of downs. They'll run the ball. The clock is on their side. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible.
Man, nowhere to run on that play at all.
About all you can say is do better. But that's the problem. Are they able to do better?
And that's why you keep trying things, right? Keep trying to get on the perimeter, running up the middle, try different things to see what you do well.
Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense.
Great job at contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened.
And they'll send out the kicker to try a field goal. At this point in the game, and this crowd knows this is a huge field goal attempt. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they have this game in hand right now, but we'll see just how aggressive they want to be on offense. And on 4th down, here comes the field goal unit. There is no doubt, at this point in the game, this crowd knows how big this kick could be. Never a doubt. Right down the middle. And they'll push that lead out a little further. They keep pushing that lead out, and the kickoff team's getting some work. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. Not a lot of hope here, down 3 possessions late.
No, and I love this part as a pass rusher because I'm just pinning my ears back, getting to the quarterback. I know it's a pass every single time. Palmer, I'm trying to pad my stats. I'm sure you're just trying to stay upright.
Well, we're definitely just trying to stay alive at this point, but you're also trying to build confidence. Next opponent. If you can find some completions late in the game, even though it looks like you're going to lose it, it's all about building on the good things you do this week so that you're out executing.
And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. That football must be riveted to your rib cage. How can you let it go? At least they fell on it. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. No hesitation at all. The offense stays on the field. They'll go for it. Hit as he throws. And it's incomplete. The long pass on 4th down is to no avail. Air Force has it back, and the Falcon offense returns to the field. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today too, David. They had a really good game plan coming into this one, and they went out and they executed at a very high level.
Yeah, lights out, and this game's over. I'm interested to see the philosophy now. Do we keep chucking the pill?
Breaks into the open. Getting work done on the ground. He's pulled down at the 14-yard line. The Falcons want to move quickly. They go to the ground. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a 1st down. And while they could run victory formation, you also have to think about padding those stats. Smashes it between the uprights. And and that lead grows even bigger. All business today for this ball club. They come out and they get the win.
And that's all that matters. It's not always pretty. You don't always do everything you want to do or check all the boxes. But at the end of the game, Jesse, you want that W.
No doubt about it. They made the plays they needed to make in order to get this win. I thought the quarterback showed tremendous poise, good leadership throughout the course of the game. Defense made stops when they had to make them. So, right, there were some things they're going to need to clean up moving forward, but ultimately they were the better team today.
That's going to do it from here. What a game we have coming up here. A top 10 team perhaps walking right into a trap. As any fan of college football knows, when you go on the road, you never know what you might run into. Welcome to Commonwealth Stadium in Lexington, Kentucky, home of the Wildcats. As we'll see, the defending national champions, the Air Force Falcons, taking on a team from the SEC, the Kentucky Wildcats. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. And the Falcons will boot it away to start the game. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So the Kentucky Wildcats offense will be first on the attack. We have got a tremendous matchup between these two running backs, both stars in their own right, and David, both ready to make a huge impact.
I mean, how fun is it to have two guys, one on each side, when they have the football, like they can go the distance. Just dynamic speed, great vision. These defenses are in trouble because these guys can touch in a bunch of different ways, and Palmer, they can hit home runs from anywhere on the field.
And I think what makes them really unique too, David, is that they're very versatile guys. Both guys can run between the tackle box, they can take it outside, they can both catch the football as well. So no doubt the game plan for both offenses, feed the running back as many different ways as possible and just let him go to work.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Handoff to the single back. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3. Let's take a minute here to look at the big picture for Kentucky. The good news about starting the season outside the top 25, not a lot of lofty expectations. You can sneak up on a few teams, but sooner or later, you're going to want to get that attention and get into those rankings.
A lot more, but it's not impossible.
Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. He was looking for that big return to go with the pick, but he'll set him up in business at the 36.
First quarter, first drive, first strike delivered, and it's the defense that comes up with the big play. Talking to the defensive coordinator, he felt really good about his pass defense, and he wasn't lying. Interception on the first drive, great possession.
He had to fight for a couple down to the 33.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
They'll give it to the back. Shoots his way for more. They get him stopped after a pickup of 5 to the 28. The Falcons moving quickly to the line. On 3rd and short, the power run here. Just outside the red zone as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 22.
I don't think people understand how valuable it is to be able to hand the ball to your running back and get everyone settled to start the football game, especially when there's production like this. Man.
Oh, he's got some space. He'll be run out of bounds at the 14. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. They'll run it. It's Martin. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. And the Falcons are on the move. Looking to pass. It's Connors. Touchdown, Air Force! The offense cashing it in on that drive. A score for the big fella here. Why are tight ends so effective in the red zone?
Well, these aren't the guys that are going to burn by you and go for 70 most of the time, but when you can use their big-bodied frames, threaten them to run the football and be a blocker in the running game, and now you slip them in the secondary, make that big play.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Kentucky has it back, and the big blue offense takes the field. Last drive ended with an interception, and they can't afford to have that happen again. looking downfield on first down. Grabbed behind the line. It's Skinner. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Using his legs, it's Patterson. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
Man, coaches talked about they want to get this running back involved early and often and create some momentum, and this is a great way to do it. Early in this football game, ripping off an explosive run, get the juices going, and I bet you he's going to get a few more touches today.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Running behind that left side. Got enough for the first. At the 40, there he goes. He's up to 49 yards on the ground in this first quarter. That is a terrific start. Here comes Kentucky after picking up that first down. They'll leave it with the lone back. Not much room. A pickup of 2 down to the 28.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36.
And a great job by the defense, dropping in zone coverage, all eyes on the quarterback, taking away the options, and then finally the pass rush gets home, gets him on the ground.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. He'll throw it. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. Couldn't find much breathing room to return it, but the interception has this offense in business at the 27. First play of this drive comes from the 27. Looking to throw on first down. Caught behind the line. It's Bray. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. The Falcons come to the line in the hurry-up. Back to pass. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Bray. Oh, made him miss again. Across the 50 and knocked out of bounds at the 48. An explosive play gets this offense working.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be, because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
Gets it past the marker for a first down, and that's the way we will wrap up the first quarter. Well, guys, Air Force has the lead here. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Give to the running back. Squeezes out a couple of yards down to the 32.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Takes the handoff. It's Martin. Defense there to make the stop after a pickup of 2 to the 30. This is the type of play that decides games. Are you tough enough to convert 3rd and short from the 30? Just a short pass to the tight end. That'll be enough for the first down, and now they've got it at the 15-yard line.
This defense has got to be better in coverage. You want to get off the field, you got to keep defending. You got to do something to make the offense feel uncomfortable. So far, way too easy for this offense.
Stopped at the 13-yard line as they try to turn this into points. Going to work on second down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Dropping back, it's Connors. He's got it and still on his feet. Touchdown, Falcons! A great catch and run for 6.
Man, this offense has started the season off so good. 1-0 a week ago, right? Now building on it again. Great job putting points on the board. It's still the first half, but this unit looks dialed in.
And they tacked on the extra point.
Kentucky, 0.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Looking to fire. Not in lockstep there with the receiver. All right, guys, let's talk a little Kentucky. At some point, with all of the transfer portal talk and guys going in and out, you can score one for continuity with this ball club, can't you, David?
That means your system and your culture is working, because these guys so often are just going for the next opportunity, the next bag of money. Nice job. They kept their guy.
There he goes. Big pickup on that one. They'll mark him out at the 40.
Wow, they've been waiting for that play, right? They haven't been throwing it a lot. They've been real sluggish. They've got no points on the scoreboard. And now they come up with an explosive play in the passing game to get them in a position to score some points here, hopefully a touchdown, before this first half closes out.
Ripping off the huge gain down to the 17-yard line. They have been stagnant on offense, but finally a little forward movement as they've got a 1st and 10. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. Kentucky back at it with a fresh set of downs. On the run, it's Patterson. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. This time the defense was ready, and they stop him in his tracks. Man, oh man, the ball carrier was just shut down.
And I tell you what, they need to push up front too, right? They got to move those defensive linemen out of the way, at least create a hole so your running back has a chance. Not there, he didn't have it.
Pocket breaking down. And that is interception number 3 on the day. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
And you don't see this very often, the big defensive linemen. You see these guys rush the quarterback most of the time, but how confusing is it, Palmer, when it looks like they're rushing, they drop in coverage and make the big interception?
Well, I don't think that quarterback thought he could even make the play. How about the eye-hand coordination and his ability to snatch the football out of the air? I mean, that was crazy athleticism, well-deserved. That's going to make the highlight reel for sure.
Back to pass, it's Connors. Looking left. Complete downfield. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a first down.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it creates some momentum, and you want to capitalize. So you go get on the ball and get ready to run some no-huddle.
The quick out. Defense there to get him out of bounds as he gets it down to the 48. And the Falcons with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Going to take a shot on 2nd and short. Caught near the sticks. It's Pratt. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the first down. Good job by the receiver there not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback could throw him the ball.
Yeah, on those types of routes, Reese, they say if you're looking, you're booking. So if that's man coverage, the receiver's staring at the quarterback all the way across the field. That time, the receiver didn't give the quarterback his eye, so they were on the same page. They both knew it was zone, and they executed that perfectly.
The Falcons racing to the line in the hurry-up. On the option. And not even a chance to pitch it as he is slammed down in the backfield. Defense trying to come up with a stop on 3rd and short from the 37. From the gun, wants to pass. Grabbed in the middle, it's Marco. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. Quarterback making checks. On 4th down, trying to find his man. Converts on 4th down, and he's still going. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. New set of downs after the completion. To the air, it's Connors. Here's a heat. Oh, it's a fumble. And the defense jumps on it. They get the turnover.
And man, I love my quarterbacks that want to make plays and make those big plays and scramble around and get away from people, but you got to tuck that football away. When you're going to run through arm tackles and people are around you diving, make sure you got that thing locked up. He didn't. Defense took advantage of it.
And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down, 2nd down coming. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Caught in the backfield, it's Patterson. Finds enough room to get it to the 21 before going out of bounds. And the Wildcats come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. They'll try to bully their way for the first. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. They bring the punter onto the field now. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Fields the punt and looking for daylight. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Soft spot in the middle. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. One more snap coming before halftime. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. And as the clock is winding down here in the first half, they'll send out the field goal team. Tried to give it enough body English, but he missed it. Missed the field goal, but still a 2-touchdown lead of 14. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. Kentucky will boot it deep to get the second half underway. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Here comes the Air Force offense back onto the field. Starting this 3rd quarter on the ground. Stacked up after gaining a couple to the 23. And the Falcons headed quickly to the line.
A nice job being gap sound by this defense. And here you go. Watch what this offense does. They'll get right back on the ball, and they'll go really quick, so you got to be prepared.
Off the RPO, complete. And that had all the makings of bug meat windshield. But how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the first? Fires to the tight end. So important to convert these 3rd downs, and they get it done. They'll have it at the 42.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
Looking downfield, it's Connors. Got his man downfield. Touchdown, Air Force! Made the grab and took it on in for the score. That's his third touchdown pass of the day. The defense has no clue how to respond right now.
No, and the defense has had absolutely no answer. He's been on the money. He's been on fire, making the right decisions and just carving this defense up.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be good really pre-snap, David, making sure they're in the right looks, and he's got to be really good with his decision-making.
He's got to be dialed in because defensively...
And it's picked off for the fourth time today. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick. The defense dialed up the pressure, and they hit the quarterback, and that led to the pick.
No doubt about it, Reese. Pressure affects a quarterback's accuracy. He just was not able to set his feet on that throw. Ball got away from him a little bit, and, of course, that led to the interception.
They'll put the brakes on him at the 21, give him a yard. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Give to the running back. Dropped after a pickup of 4 down to the 16. The Falcons line up trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. They'll try to run for it. They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop. And on 4th down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. And it's right down the boulevard. And now the lead's extended a little further. That lead just keeps getting fatter, and this kickoff team doing a little running. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Kentucky has it back, and the big blue offense takes the field. They face a pretty tall mountain here, Jesse, down 24, but if they're going to climb it, this is a good time to start.
Sense of urgency's got to be big right here. You just get the feeling at this point of the game, David, they've got to score on this drive. Obviously, their defense needs to get stops, but at this point, offensively, they've got to execute much better.
They got to be super aggressive. Down 24, you're going to need 3 touchdowns, 3 two-point conversions, everything to kind of go your way. So fast and throwing the football.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Looking to throw, it's Saunders. Unloads to the wideout. Complete to the left. He just brought some serious energy, making that huge play and getting it all the way down to the 23-yard line.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. Wants to throw on first down. Moving out of the pocket. Turning it on. He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide.
He does a good job of dropping back, going through his progressions. Nothing there. What do? Go get some yardage. Make it positive. Don't sit back in the pocket and force something into a bad situation or take a sack. Great job making something out of nothing.
The Wildcats can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Wants to go up top. Grab behind the line. It's Patterson. They kept him out of the end zone, but not before he gets it to the 1-yard line, and it'll be 1st and goal.
Well, they pick up the first down there on the screen. I love the offensive line there, allowing the pass rush to get way up the field. They completely baited their guys, made them think that they got beaten, that they were going to get the sack, and then they sneak the running back screen right in behind them and pick up the first.
They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. And they just tried to slam it in from the doorstep, but they went nowhere, and it'll be marked down at the 1. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? He'll keep it himself. And he'll finish the run at the end zone. Touchdown, Wildcats.
With that last touchdown now, they're trying to create some momentum. They're trying to avoid starting the season 0-1. They know they've got a lot of work to do here in the second half, but you should be feeling pretty good about that last score. Now you've got to keep that up.
Looking for the 2-point try. Try to barge their way in. Couple of guys there to get him on the ground.
And these decisions to go for 2, you see more and more of it throughout a game, chasing points. And then in the end, you wonder if this just comes back to bite you.
Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. On the run from inside his own 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Air Force has it back, and the Falcon offense returns to the field. They've got the lead here. Last time they settled for a field goal, but David got to find that balance between being aggressive and careful.
And I think they'll take that. I got the lead, Palmer. I got the football. I got to take care of the football, put a nice drive together, and just get some kind of points on this drive.
No doubt. Lots to be happy about right now if you're this team. I think for this one, though, on this drive, it's about finding the one-on-one matchups that are in your favor and then exploiting them.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. That's caught. It's Marco. And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the 1st down.
Excellent throw by the quarterback. Found the window between the zones and then delivered the ball on time.
They'll have to hustle if they want to get off another snap before the end of the period. They'll go to the fullback. He'll be stopped at the line of scrimmage, and time has expired here in the 3rd. That's the end of the quarter. Air Force has the lead here. And they are starting to pull away as we come to the end of the 3rd quarter. Let's take a look at how we got here. Just about ready to go in the 4th, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. It'll be 2nd down as we open the final stanza. Back to pass. Looking to scramble. He'll pull it down and run. Almost got it to midfield on that one. He's out of bounds, a yard short at the 49. And the Falcons look to keep this drive humming. They keep it on the ground. Clock is their friend. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the 1st down play.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be 1st down.
You got to love how they just continue to do what they do. It's the 4th quarter. You got a lead. There's no reason to get conservative. We're a passing offense. Great job on 1st down. Better job on second.
Breaks into the open. And he gets out of there and gets some yardage and gets down without taking any punishment.
And he's just proving it time and time again, man. He has that feel. He obviously has the ability to pick them up and put them down and go get 1st downs. But I think the timing of when to scramble and when not to scramble, he's really got that figured out. And you could tell it's going to be a big part of the game plan.
The Falcons will snap it on 1st and 10. Looking for a man. It's Worthy. Throws to the wideout. And wings it incomplete.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open. That one fell incomplete.
How about that? Just really nice catch by the big tight end, throwing those mitts up there, catching the football.
And the Falcons trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. Got his man on the right. They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch. They moved it forward to the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal. They're going to run it. He's going to lose a yard on that one. The Falcons in the hurry up. Wants to fire it in the end zone on 3rd and goal. Touchdown, Falcons! And the beatdown has ensued.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And they add the extra point to finish the drive. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And they finish it off with the score from the 4. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. This thing got out of hand on them, but they'll try to finish with some pride here.
And this one was a beatdown, and there's nothing you can do about it because this one's over. Jesse, now we got to start progressing for next week for the rest of this season. So,
oh, he's got some space. They finally get him on the ground, and this junior turning in a big play after the catch. Timeout called by the offense. Clock stopped with 21 seconds left. They just dialed up one big play. Let's see if they've got another one on 1st and 10 from the 35. Back to throw, it's Saunders. Lets it fly deep downfield. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take a knee and go into the locker room with your tail between your legs. I like the fighting spirit, just not enough of that today.
They get the timeout called, 11 seconds remaining to play. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. He's looking downfield to throw. Got it in the middle, it's Skinner. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Kentucky.
And that's what I think makes this tight end so dynamic. He's so dangerous once he has the ball in his hands. There's so many tight ends out there that are just possession guys. They usually go down right after they catch the ball. This guy has the ability to, with his speed, to make people miss, and he showed it to you right there on that touchdown.
And they pick up the extra point. Kicker knocked it right down the middle. So after getting into the end zone on that last drive, they're set to kick it away. He'll start the return inside his 5. They stop the return right there, and that will do it. This one is in the books. We waited so long to start the season, and just the way you want to start, getting that first victory.
and the first games are so much fun. You've been practicing against each other over and over all through camp. Now you get to come out, start the season off 1-0, Jesse. Great start.
It was a great start for the winning team. Now, for the losing team, obviously not the way you want to get into this season. There were some mistakes with execution, and guys are going to have to do a better job individually. But that's why you play the games. You get to now go back to the drawing board, get back on the practice field, try and iron out these wrinkles. It's a long season ahead. A lot to play for.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football. position in American sports feels the pressure or the weight on their shoulders like a quarterback. Hopes and dreams of an entire fan base of teams ride on whether their signal caller can lead them to glory. And boy, what a matchup of two elite dudes we have in this one. Glad to have you with us from Colorado Springs, Colorado, and home to the Air Force Falcons. As we'll see a squad from the ACC, the Virginia Cavaliers, taking on last year's national champions, the Air Force Falcons. 48 Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. And the Falcons will put toe to leather and will get started. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So Virginia's offense will get the first swing of the game. And they are coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know, having played the position, when you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last time out, he was making the right reads. He showed off his arm talent. He had this offense moving up and down the field and finding the end zone. And you know he's excited to take on this defense today.
Yeah, and talking to the defensive coordinators coming in this football game, like, they're not going to do what happened last week. Like, you can't sit back and make the coverages easy for him to diagnose. He'll pick you apart like he did last week. Look for some change-ups and some curveballs for this defense.
Pressure coming. And he will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down. And the Cavaliers decide to punt it away. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Looks it in at the 40. He was hoping for a little more running room, but they're able to get him down at the 45. The Falcons offense has the ball for the first time. And this running game might have a huge advantage when they get to the second level of this defense, David.
Well, and this is a big challenge. Like, you're overmatched. You understand that this guy is a top-shelf player, and I'll be honest, this defense has kind of struggled a little bit this season, but this individual matchup, you got to get him on the ground. You got to find a way to corral him, slow him down. He can't be the game wrecker. If that's the case, it's going to be too easy for this offense.
And if you're on offense, you got to be thinking, let's dominate in the trenches and let's get our star running back into the second level against this linebacker. We've got an athletic advantage at that position. So if we can free him up into the second level of this defense, make him make guys miss, those are going to be explosive plays for the offense.
Finds his man. It's Pratt. He's pushed out of bounds inside the 40 at the 38, and these guys are on the move. The Falcons have it with a 1st and 10. They'll try the run. Nice move there. Gets him on the ground at the 28, but not before a big 10-yard pickup. For young men who are going to make their living protecting the skies, they can cover some ground, too.
There's no doubt, and they're going to cover the ground and be on the ground, stay on the ground, and be very successful. That's what they want to do with this running attack.
What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Sends it back in motion. Leaves it with the back. Defense holds their ground. Pickup of a yard. It's at the 26. They're close enough for a makeable field goal from the 26, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and long. Dropping back, it's Connors. Fires to the wideout. Wide open downfield. Tight windows, no problem to grab the tackle, and it's 1st down in the red zone and the 10. Wide receiver going in motion. From the gun to give, looking for room. Makes a stop in the backfield, he'll lose 4. And the Falcons have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Stopped at the 13-yard line as the drive continues. Now facing a 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. He's got it on the move. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Air Force. These two have spent plenty of time together. That was almost telepathic, David.
No doubt, and quarterbacks and wide receivers throw all off-season to get on the same page. You can see he hits him in stride. That's why he gets the touchdown.
And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. They went 54 yards on that last touchdown drive. And they finish it by firing one in from the 13 for the score. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. No chance to return that one. A booming kickoff out of the back of the end zone. It's a touchback. Virginia sending its offense back onto the field. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Gets it across the 30 to the 31, a pickup of 5. The Cavaliers will hustle to the line.
And the offense has a little bit of success, and what do? They push that turbo button right back on the line, ready to run another play.
Off the play fake. Fires to the big fella. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. The loudest jet you can think of has nothing on this crowd as they try to help the Falcons on 3rd down. They'll try to get it through the air. Got a man in the middle. Right down the gut of the field. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Cavaliers. Did not take long to get it. So now let's see if this gets this offense to hit overdrive.
And we may have a situation here. We might have points, more points, and more points. You keep putting drives together like that quickly, chewing up that much yardage, defenses are going to have to get something figured out.
Number 13, set to kick this one.
He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. And he did a good job bobbing and weaving and finding a little bit of running room on that return. Here comes the Air Force offense back onto the field. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Let's see what they have dialed up as this drive starts from the 29-yard line. To the air, it's Worthy. Finds a tight end. Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there. The Falcons can really attack on this 2nd and short.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on 1st down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
Nice job being physical by this offensive line, getting the first down, and what do? Right away, right back on the football, ready to run some tempo.
And after the tackle, we are headed to the end of the first quarter. Both teams made no secret they wanted to target their big play receivers, and they've done just that in the first. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with 2nd down. Looking to fire. Got it in the middle, it's Barco. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. This defense will try to force a 4th down on 3rd and short from the 45. All kinds of room to throw that one in makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distance.
There he goes. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Falcons. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback as you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. Virginia has it back. The Cavalier offense headed to the field. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. The corners are walked up tight. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Caught in the backfield, it's Wade. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. And the Cavaliers now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. They'll go to the ground. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
You know, the runner just has to have a little bit more patience. He bounced that thing outside a little too early, and as a result, lost yards.
Tight end finds a soft spot. They'll pick up the first down as he gets it out to the 27-yard line. The Cavaliers want to crank the tempo.
And after that long completion for the first down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively? They want to go tempo right now.
Easy completion on the shuffle. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. I don't know why, but it's a thing. The ACC Wheel of Destiny, you spin it, you never know how it's going to come up, and you can't afford to give away a game early in a conference like this.
And I think both of these coaching staffs, David, understand that, and they've been preaching to their team, we've got to start fast. Not just in this game. We've got to start the season fast. We've got to take advantage of this opportunity.
And I think Reese hit it right on the head, too. The Wheel of Destiny, right? It seems like it's a new team every year that's playing in the championship and appears to be a wide-open league. So a lot of turmoil, a lot of change. I think that starting 1-0 is an important step to getting to that championship game.
And here comes the offense on second down. D showing blitz. They might be bluffing. Here's the handoff. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? Got to get to the line quickly for this third down play. They'll try to get the first through the air. Catch in the middle. It's White. Now with a great opportunity as they pick up the first down. They've got it at the 40. To the air on first down. Quickly complete. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. The hurry up now. Second down. Clock ticking. Wants to go up top. Bring in the heat. That, friends, is a busted play. Incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Now well within striking distance as that third down play gets them a first at the 29. They'll try the right side. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
Got some work to do after that last play. 2nd and 13. Now the play fake. Fakes the grab. And they pick up just a few on that completion. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
Timeout, Virginia.
The cadets here doing their best impressions of a jet engine right on takeoff. Listen to this place. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got it. Just across the 20 with a first down at the 19. And the Cavaliers had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. Card in the backfield, it's Stevens. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
I want to make sure I know where the playmakers are. And I can't let guys like this guy slip out of the backfield and make big plays against me. Good job being aware that they can throw the ball to the running back, closing space, and getting that fast dude on the ground.
Wide receiver comes in motion. Off play action. Using the quick game. And he tried to string out that run, but there was nowhere to turn it upfield, and he's forced out of bounds for a loss. They're close enough for a makeable field goal from the 26, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score. And on 4th down, they'll try to put 3 on the board. This might be a little easier if it were straight on, but a 43-yarder from the right hash. It is perfect. That'll bring him to within 4.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Looking downfield, it's Connors. Shoots it to the left. Pulls it in. And he'll go down, but not before the big pickup and the first down. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. They'll snap it from the 47 on first down. Looking to throw on first down. He's got the tight end. Gets it to the 37. Clock stops to move the chains. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Gets open down the middle. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. And the Falcons have it with a 1st and 10. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. How about that run as he drives it all the way down to the 13-yard line? We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. And here on 2nd down, they'll send out the field goal unit to try to get 3 before the break. And this one is perfect. Now up by 7 points here in the 2nd.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
They get him corralled, but not before he gets that return out to the 35. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, by the looks of things, we've had one enjoyable first half in Colorado Springs. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big fat W. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Falcon Stadium.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the 2nd half here. The Cavaliers will clear the way to start the 2nd half. From inside the 10, here he comes. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Air Force has it back, and the Falcon offense returns to the field. They had this lead to start the third quarter because of the passing game. Didn't get a lot done on the ground.
They didn't, but the quarterback is in a rhythm. That was obvious in the first half. And so this first drive, you want to continue that. You want to see good decision-making. You want to see him playing on time. And as always, delivering the football.
I mean, I don't know how I don't give him the football. It's the reason I built the lead. He's the guy that I can trust. This offense is built around him. So I expect more of the same here in the second half.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down. And they got to keep that up here in the second half.
Just what they needed, an explosive play in the running game, and they're out to the 49-yard line before he goes out of bounds. It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. On the move, it's Bray. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella...
Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. Hits him in stride inside the 10. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be 1st and goal from there.
And a big reason why this team has the lead in this game is because of plays like that. They know they've got firepower throwing the ball. They've got the dudes outside that can make things happen. You saw it in the first half, and you see it here again early in the third quarter.
The Falcons are moving quickly down the field. Now on the option. And he was fortunate to get that one back to the line of scrimmage at the 5. No gain on the play. Got it behind the line. It's Bray. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Air Force. The offense flexes its muscle a bit and widens the gap.
Take a little exhale. You know, you did your job. You got points. Now you put your defense in a position where, hey, go out and get another stop. We're in great shape, so the offense definitely taking care of their business.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Virginia sending its offense back onto the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
They've avoided the interception all day, but they were lucky to get that one back here late. It'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Pulls it and fires to the left. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35. And the Cavaliers are in the hurry-up.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. And look at them. They're right back on the football, ready to run another play.
They'll line up for a 2nd down play. Out of the gun to give to the back. Gets it past the marker. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be 1st down.
Defense gives up the pretty big run. They get the 1st down. And listen, you got to reload quick now because this offense, they got their foot on the accelerator.
Off play action on 1st down. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Turning it on! Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the first down. The Cavaliers pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work. They'll give it to him again. Runs through a tackle. They finally get him stopped. This veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play. And the Cavaliers have it with a 1st and 10. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Finds us back in the middle. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. To the ground with the back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down. They can pick up the first without scoring. From the gun, wants to pass. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. Now on 4th down, they'll try to come away with 3. And he'll try to make it 2 for 2, this time from 35 yards away. He slides that just inside the right upright. Now a 2-possession game at 24-13. Big catches, big plays, tons of yards through 3 quarters for these two guys. Stadium buzzing, kickoff team on the field, and we are ready to get this thing started. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Air Force offense back onto the field. They'll go back to work with a 1st down in the final period. Looking for a man, it's Connors. He's got him. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a 1st down. And the Falcons want to pick up the tempo. Looking downfield on 1st down. It's complete on the right side. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. So now it's 2nd and long. Back to pass. Slides away.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets to some green grass, and gets a positive gain for this offense.
Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a 1st down.
And they found the big fella again, and they found him early and often today. They featured him here in the 4th quarter. Still time left in this football game. I imagine he's going to still continue to get the football thrown his way.
Just inside the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 19. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. He's got it on the run. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. They'll run the option. Touchdown, Falcons! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Now, a lot of times late in football games, you'll see offenses get really, really conservative with the lead. I like how this offense didn't go against the clock. They stayed within themselves. They stayed true to who they were. And now, big-time advantage, big-time lead, up by 17 in the 4th quarter.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Virginia has it back. The Cavalier offense headed to the field. They're going to have to be more aggressive in this drive. You can't expect to win this one, David, kicking field goals.
No, especially when you're trailing. You got to have a little more urgency and maybe a little more aggressiveness, Jesse. And field goals are not going to get it done down the stretch.
Yeah, you're going to have to take some shots, no doubt. Bottom line, when plays present themselves, you've just...
Breaks into the open. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
Here's the deal. You're down 3 possessions. You know, it doesn't feel likely they're going to come back and win, but we've seen crazier stuff happen in college football. It all starts with a big completion on a 2-minute drive. They'll get the momentum started in your direction.
The Cavaliers in a good spot here with 2nd and short. They'll move the wide receiver. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. It's complete. Got room at the 35. We've seen this from this sophomore, so dangerous after he makes the grab. And the Cavaliers want to move quickly.
Let's go. We got some life. We made a big play, something to build off of. We need a lot of points, and we need them quickly. Time's running out. We're trailing big in this ballgame.
Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33.
This is an offense that has skill, and they've got speed, and because of that, this defense, they can't lull themselves to sleep. They've got a big lead here late, but they've now given up back-to-back big plays. They got to put the clamps down.
That will take us to the 2-minute timeout, and not much time left for this offense to put together a miracle. The Cavaliers with the 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Makes the grab down the middle. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. Wants to go up top on 1st down. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down.
And it's going to be difficult for this offense, man. Just where are they going to find the plays? You can tell the defense sitting back. They're playing nickel. They're playing dime. So you need some receivers to step up, make some yards after the catch, some contested plays. This offense has got to do something, and they got to do it quick.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. After the incompletion, they go back up top. It's complete to the right. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it 1st and goal.
Well, this offense has a ton of work left ahead of them here in this 2-minute situation late in the game, but the drive off to a good start. You get the 1st down, you get out of bounds, you're working the perimeter of the field. That is exactly what you want to do.
And the Cavaliers trying to get a touchdown on 1st and goal. Wants to throw again. Grabbed behind the line. It's Wade. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Looking to fire. Quickly complete. He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. Looking to the end zone on 3rd and goal. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9. A 4th quarter field goal down by this much. That's a lot like putting a lipstick on the proverbial pig. Doesn't do much to change the looks. Got to score the touchdown on 4th and goal. And he'll step out of bounds just short of the goal line. Almost a touchdown, but not in there yet. The Falcons backed up deep in their own end, trying to create a little space on 1st down. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. The give to the back. Got enough for the 1st. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Long way to go for this offense. 1st and 10 from their own 12. The give to the back. Oh, he's got some space. Coming out, attacking from deep in their own end, and they're out at the 26 with the 1st down.
And you want to dominate the football game like these guys have all day. Dominate the line of scrimmage. You know, turn and hand the ball off to your running back. It's a good recipe. It makes every quarterback better. It makes every OC better. Just turn, hand the football off, especially when you're winning the ball game.
Winning can become a habit. Now they've won back-to-back games and probably building a little confidence from that.
Yeah, and you want it to be a habit. That's what you talk about as a coach week after week. Let's build. Let's create momentum and continue to build on it. And then you look up at the end of the season, you never know where you could be, what dreams you could bring to reality.
At the end of the day, I think good teams find ways to win games. And over these last 2 games, it hasn't always been easy. They've had to overcome some adversity, but at the end of the day, they were able to step up, make the plays necessary, and do that. Very, very impressive.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.
All right, y'all. That's gonna be it for right now. Gonna get some grub, and we'll do a little bit more streaming later on. I appreciate y'all stopping in and checking it out. Peace.